in child's pose. We're going to bring the knees either in together if the low spine is a little tight, or the knees out to the right and to the left if the hips are tight and we need to alleviate our hips there. We're going to go on and pull the attention into the space that we were able to create for ourselves today. And just a little fair warning, I am by a train, so you might hear some honking, but I kind of like to let it remind me that we could always obsess over what's happening around us, or we could change our response. Go on and roll the shoulder blades apart and place the hands wherever feel most comfortable for you. If you'd like to become a bit more receptive to this space this afternoon, maybe bringing the tops of the hands into the mat, the palms to expose them towards the ceiling, the sky. We're kind of taking a nice big breath here into the nose. And exhale all the way up. Allowing that breath to fit as best as we can. Filling through the lower back, filling through the sides of the body.
I can't see you, Robert.
I'm trying to fix my sound. Sorry about that. Usually have everything put together, but for some reason my AirPods are not connecting. Nothing wants to connect today. Bear with me. And we're going to go on and take a nice big breath and bring the hands over to the right side of our mat. Maybe even crawling out of the lines of our mat. So we'll get a nice side body stretch to the left side. Taking one more big breath here. We'll walk the hands over to the opposite side now. All right. That should do it. All right, I think we're all good to go. Okay. We'll slide right back into center. Take a nice big breath into the nose, opening up through the back. And exhale, sliding both hands right alongside the temples, meeting into our tabletop position. All right, we'll find some cat-cows here, dropping through the belly, lifting through the chest, going on and pulling the navel in, rounding out through the spine. We're finding about 5 more of those inhales and 5 more of those exhales. Each round, seeing if we can maybe take it a bit further, maybe even holding the rounded spine a bit more, pulling out of the low spine as we tuck the tailbone under. We're going to find balance after this next exhale, meeting into our tabletop position. All right. Planting the right hand firmly into the mat. All right, go on and curl the left toe under, reaching the left arm forward and the right leg towards the back of our space. All right, we'll take a nice big breath, noticing where we may be carrying the body a bit more. If that's on the left, if that's on the right, try to even that out as best as we can. And we'll take one more big breath as we just lift the back into the space above. And on our exhale, pull the knee into the nose, pull the elbow in towards the navel, and squeeze. We're beginning to wake up through the core, lengthen out through the arm, lengthen out through the leg. And exhale, pull the knee right back in to squeeze. If this is too much on the wrist, we could always find a fist, or maybe even just holding our spinal balance by reaching the arm forward and reaching the leg back. And one more time. We'll find our tabletop, both hands, both knees, kiss the mat. We'll go on and curl the left toe, or the right toe under, extend the left leg back and reach the right arm forward. You're gonna find that same balance, pulling the navel in, find some openness through the chest. We'll take another big breath as we lift a little higher. And pulling the knee in, beginning to just wake up through the core. Pulling out of the shoulder and really lifting ourselves up and away from the mat. So we don't want to sink or let the shoulder sort of fall. Pull the shoulder and ear apart from one another. And we'll find one more of those, waking up through the abdominals, finding some strength here through the arms, meeting that state of balance, and we'll place both hands into the mat. All right, so we felt already how it feels to lift one arm, one leg. We're gonna do that again. We're just gonna transition between sides. So what it's gonna look like is we keep the toes curled, all right? Both hands under the shoulders. Right arm reaches forward, left leg reaches back. And on that exhale, go on and place the hand, place the knee into the mat without shifting our weight over to the left side. Extend the left arm, reach the right leg back. So we're keeping everything nice and still, nice and engaged. Continuing that, inhale to lengthen. Exhale to ground. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to ground. Two more, inhale. Just bringing our focus right back here. Big breath. Bring it down. And one more time, nice big breath, reach. Exhale, plant. And inhale. And exhale. All right, go on and keep on the knees, keep the toes curled, meeting into candlestick. Lift both arms up into the air. And exhale, hands into heart center. We're gonna go in and lace the fingers together, press the palms up into the air, and 3 circles to the back with the arms. Open 3, open 2, and exhale, open 1. We'll bring both hands into the mat right alongside the knees, finding our forward fold at the back of our mat and just shaking out those legs. And just as we had that balance on the right and the left hand and right and left knee, try to keep that same balance here on the right and left foot. We're gonna roll up 1 vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Lift from the earth all the way up through the crown and roll the shoulders back nice and tall. We stand, lift both arms up into the air. On our exhale, hands into heart center. All right, setting an intention for our practice today, whatever brought us onto the mat this afternoon. Maybe it's the same as other times we rolled out our mat, maybe it's something different. But digging a little deeper than just the surface, we'll take a nice big breath in through the nose, just honoring this time, honoring this space. And exhale out through the mouth. All right, with that thought in mind, go on and lace the fingers together, press the palms up into the air, stretching out through the wrists, holding here, continuing to press out through the wrists, grounding through both feet evenly, stretch over to the right side, breathing through that left side body, lifting from the hip and out, and bring it in. And opposite side, go on and press a little further through the pads with the hands, stretching out through the wrists, and bring it right back into center. Pull the navel in, elbows into the ribs. Go on and let those elbows touch, or at least almost. And bring both arms up into the air, come high onto the tippy toes, stretch it all the way out. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, take a big breath. And we're gonna go on and crawl to the top of our mat, finding our plank position, and we'll meet our perfect down dog from here. We'll take that inhale, pulling the navel in, tucking the tailbone under, and then driving the tailbone into the sky to downward facing dog. And just puddling it out, loosening out through the back body, strengthening through the upper body as well. And take a big breath in and exhale all the way out. Eyes to the top of our mat. Go on and step, walk, or hop to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, hanging out here, pulling out of the low spine. So as we began to ease into everything today, notice those pockets of tightness we may be feeling. Maybe if that's through the low back, we could bring the feet out to the right and to the left. If that's through the shoulders, maybe hands to the elbows. If that's through the back of the neck, maybe shake out some yeses, shake out some nos. And feeling that breath filling through the sides of the body, expanding as much as we can. And exhale all the way out. One more time. Great big breath all the way in. And exhale. All right, we're gonna roll up one vertebrae at a time, right up at the top of our mat, starting our practice. The spine is nice and warm to get through everything that we have planned today. It's all hips, low back, shoulders, getting into the whole shebang. Reach both arms up into the air. And exhale, forward fold, swan dive. Halfway lift, inhale, long spine. Right foot to the back of our space. Go on and drop our right knee for this first round. Drive both hips forward and then lift both arms up into the air, hooking the thumbs into one another. So we're gonna pull the elbows out from center. So pulling out to the right, pulling out to the left, and driving both hips forward, pull the navel in and reach a bit higher. Take a big breath in. Maybe press even further, exhale. Last breath, all the way in. And exhale. All right, we'll bring both elbows into one another. Squeeze them in, let the head fall back. Hold here for a moment. Maybe we bring the hands on the hips to feel that support and evenness. Maybe we even lace the hands together over the low back and spread out even further through the collarbone. One more breath all the way in. And exhale, finding that modified plank position. Shifting our weight forward, hugging the elbows into the ribs. Go on and roll the shoulders back, lifting the heart high into our baby cobra, or maybe lifting all the way into up dog, all up to you. Then go on and curl the toes under, downward facing dog, and go on and feel that out. All right, nice big breath in through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. Eyes to the top of our space, step, walk, or hop between the thumbs. Halfway lift, inhale. We're gonna create a little bit more heat. Go on and sit the sit bones towards the back of our space for chair pose. And chair pose is exactly what it sounds like. We're sitting back into a chair. Make sure that the knees don't bend forward. And then lift the arms high. If this is too much for the shoulders, hands can come into center. Holding here for 5. Maybe we sink a little lower. 4. Maybe even lower. 3. Lower 2. And 1. All right. Reach up into firework. Come high onto the tippy toes. Stretch it out. And exhale, forward fold. All right. Opposite side, halfway lift. Left foot to the back this time. Drop the left knee and reach both arms up into the air. This time we're going to hook the thumbs in the opposite direction so we evenly open through the shoulders. All right, pulling the elbows out to the right and to the left, driving both hips forward as best as comfortable. Noticing which side might feel a little tighter. And finding that patience just to breathe a bit more into those muscles, into those tendons. Take a moment. As we continue to lift out of the low back, elbows hug into the ribs and open through the chest. Softening out through the jaw, through the muscles of the face. Maybe we find that variation to bring the hands on the hips, or maybe it felt good to lace the hands together over the low back. One more breath in. And exhale, let that go. We'll bring both hands into the mat, finding our modified plank position. Shift our weight forward, elbows hugging. Drop the tops of the feet lifting up. This time we're gonna sit back into child's pose, stretching out through those arms. All right, finding that modified up dog again. Keep the knees in the mat, reach the heart over the top edge. Pressing the sit bones back, exhale, stretching out through the arms. All right, lifting the heart up. So we're moving into a small back bend and counteracting that, lengthening out through each area of the low back. Last one. We're gonna press the right, press into the right sit bone. So we're gonna bring both sit bones into the right heel actually. All right, and begin to notice the upper spine near the mid spine. Open up. One more breath here. And then rising back up. And we're gonna press both sit bones into the left heel. Finding that even opening. One more breath. And exhale. All right, we'll lift up into our plank position. Take or skip your first full chaturanga. Drop the tops of the feet and lift the heart high. We'll go ahead and curl the toes under, down dog. Getting into a little bit more balance and hip work. Right leg kicks up into the air. We're gonna go on and bend into that right knee. All right, try to bring that knee up as high as we can. All right, and we're gonna create some circles. So using that knee as our paintbrush, as big as we can, go on and create some circles. We got 3, 2, and 1, reversing that rotation. 3, 2, and 1. Go on and kick that leg directly up, still keeping those hips square, right foot to the top of our mat. Crescent pose, lift both arms up into the air. All right, and exhale, hands into the mat. Plank position. Shift our weight forward, chaturanga. Lift the heart up and downward facing dog. All right, take a nice breath here. Left leg is gonna kick up into the air and bend into that knee. Pressing the heel into the glute. Right on right, left on left. We'll create some circles through that left knee. Got 3, 2, and 1, reverse. 3, 2, and 1. Kick the leg directly high and foot to the top. Up into the air, reach those arms high and bring both hands into the mat. Hands into the ground to plank and flow. All right, we'll do that one more time. Adding a little bit more, right leg kicks up. Right foot to the top of our mat. Press and pose. On our exhale, finding a hug right under the leg. The hands come onto the opposite shoulders. We're gonna hold here for a moment. Take a big breath in. Maybe bend even deeper into that knee, driving the left hip forward. We'll bring both arms up into the air. Exhale, finding our hug. We got 3 of these. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 2. And one more time. Exhale. 1. We'll place both hands into the mat. Plank position. Chaturanga. Up dog and down dog. Left leg reaches directly up into that line we've created. Foot to the top. Bring both arms up into the air. And go ahead and find that hug right under the leg. Maybe let the head come in towards the knee to challenge that balance out a little bit more. And on that inhale, lift the arms up. Notice if the toes are clawing into your mat. Try to find all 5 flat. 2. keep the core tight. Last one. Exhale. All right, we'll bring both hands into the mat, plank position, and chaturanga. Lift the heart up and curl the toes under, down dog. So we open through the hips. We found some balance. We're gonna put a little bit more work in. Eyes to the top of our mat. Step, walk, or hop right in between the thumbs. All right, halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, fold. Arms lift up into the air, reaching through the fingertips. And exhale, hands into center. All right, so we're gonna go on and ground through the feet just as we had a few moments ago. Sit back into chair. We're gonna move into tree from chair. So we'll start first with the right foot to stay grounded, and then the left knee to bend. Let's go ahead and roll out through that ankle. Notice any hunch we may have through the spine. Take a big breath in through the nose, and then go ahead and lace the hands together onto the shin, pull the knee in even closer, get even more space to form through the hip. Opening through the chest, pull the shoulders back. So pretend there's almost a pencil right in between the shoulder blades. And you want to keep it there. Right? On the exhale, very slowly slide that knee out and place the foot into the inner thigh. If you'd like, maybe even a little lower, or a little kickstand and tripod. Hands can come wherever you'd like. For today, I'll bring my hands into heart. Just feel the heartbeat moving through. Just recentering as we bring our awareness into this space. Taking a nice big breath in through the nose. And exhale all the way out through the mouth. Arms lift up into the air. Take a big breath to reach. Arms out to the right and to the left to open. Go ahead. Inhale, lifting both arms up into the air. Exhale, hands into heart center. Let's do that 2 more times. I challenge you to maybe even close the eyes. Inhale. Try to bring that balance back into both sides of the foot. And last one, a nice big breath to reach. And exhale. All right, we're gonna bring both hands to the hips. All right, we'll bring the knee in back of or right back in front of the hip and begin to hinge forward, folding from the hip, reaching forward, kicking the leg back. So we still have that left leg floating on that left side. Take one more big breath with the heel high, the toe low, and then exhale, meet both feet onto our mat, forward fold. All right. Go ahead and pedal out through the legs a little bit. Shake the tail feather a little bit. It's Friday. One more big breath in. And exhale all the way up. All right, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. And we're gonna go on and roll the shoulders back. Exhale, lifting both arms up into the air. And hands into center, sit the sit bones back. Pretending we have a wall or maybe even someone standing right in front of us, and we don't want the forehead to crash into their torso. We want to sit the sit bones as far back as we can, keeping away from that line. We'll take one more big breath here, grounding through that left foot and lift the right leg, or whichever leg we didn't do. Okay. We'll take a moment, maybe roll out through the ankle a little bit and reversing that rotation. Finding that nice comfortable spot on that grounded leg, lace the hands together onto the shin and open through the chest. Find that pencil again, squeeze, open through the chest, find that length through the spine. And on that next breath, hands can come onto the hips, slide the foot into the inner thigh, or maybe a little lower. All up to you, whatever feels good. And on that next inhale, let's go ahead and reach both arms over the crown. Exhale, arms out to the right and to the left. Inhale to reach. And exhale, hands into center. Do that 2 more times. And again, if we tried that challenge to close the eyes and keep our balance on the other side, let's try it on this side. It never matters how long. It's all about the willingness to even try. Reaching the arms up. Exhale, arms out to the right and to the left. And last time, nice big breath to reach. And exhale, hands into heart center. We'll bring our awareness into the hips, right? Keep that line as we slide the knee into that hip line and go on and hinge forward. We could bring a gentle bend into that balancing leg. So we're not overworking the muscles. We still have some buoyancy, we still have some space. And try to keep the shoulders in that same line. One more big breath in. And exhale, forward fold. All right, halfway lift, inhale. Planting the palms into the mat. We're gonna find some balance, again, just here on the hands. So we're gonna slide onto the outer edge of the right foot, reach the left arm up into the air, maybe bring the left leg up and place it into the inner thigh. We find tree here in a different way, fallen tree. One more big breath in through the nose. And exhale, plank position. Pull the navel in, tuck the tailbone under, take that breath. Slide over to the opposite side, outer edge of the left foot, or whichever foot we didn't do, reach the arm up and place the foot into the inner thigh. Holding here, find that breath, embrace the shake. 4, 3, 2, plank position. On that exhale, chaturanga. Lift the heart up and curl the toes under, down dog. All right, I hope we're doing well. We'll take a nice big inhale in and exhale out through the mouth. Eyes to the top of our mat, step, walk, or hop to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, sitting back into chair. All right, so we're gonna move through our tree flow. One more time each side. Side planks, one more time each side. Inhale, lift the right leg or the left leg, whichever leg you wanna start with. Lace the hands together, exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, hands onto the hips, go in and open up through that tree. Lift both arms up into the air to reach. Hands to center. Lift both arms back up into the air. And exhale, hands right onto the hips. We'll slide the left knee or whichever knee is floating into that hip line and drive the leg back, finding warrior 3. Take a moment here and exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, chair pose. Taking your time, lift into chair. Sink a little deeper. Lift through the leg, inhale. Lace the hands together, exhale. Lifting the heart just a little higher, take that big breath in. And slide the foot into the inner thigh, opening up through the hip as best as we can, reaching the arms over the crown. And place both hands into heart center. One more big breath to lift. And hands right alongside the hips. We'll slide the knee into that hip line and hinge forward. Maybe a gentle bend into that knee will do the trick. One more breath. And exhale to fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Plank position, step or hop back. Slide onto the outer edge of the right foot. Left arm lifts up into the air. Maybe we find tree. Take an inhale. And plank position. Inhale here. Exhale, transfer over to the opposite side. Lift, find that leg wherever you want it to be. Plank position. And chaturanga. Lift the heart up. And exhale, down dog. All right, right leg kicks up into the air. Bear with me. We've got pigeon. Sweep our shin across our mat. Left knee a little further down. So hopefully those trees and all that fun stuff gave us a bit more time to open up through the inner thigh. right? If not, that's perfectly fine. We could always ease into this position any way that we need to. If that's pulling the knee a little closer into the center of the mat, if we want to intensify, we can slide the knee a little closer to the right side of our mat. Then on that exhale, go on and crawl out of the low back, just as we had in child's pose, and let the body fall into the top of our mat, right where the feet were. Letting the forehead melt into the mat. We'll take a great big breath in through the nose. Exhaling out through the mouth. And one more time, a nice great big breath in, slowing down that pulse. And exhale all the way out. All right, we'll slide both hands into the mat. Right. We're gonna play with Wild Thing, and there are a few options and a few ways to move into Wild Thing. I'll give you a little peek on that, a little demo there. All right, we could either slide into plank, all right, then slide onto the left side since we were using the right leg to open. And then the right foot is gonna come off the mat, and we're gonna go on and open up through the chest, arching through the back as much as we feel comfortable, all right? Another way is to slide the knee, the left knee in towards where the heel is, all right? Finding a nice little side plank and just opening a bit through the chest and shoulder, all right? And one more way to move through it is to slide onto the sit bone, sweep the left leg over, right hand comes off the mat, and we press into the knee and the heel. Finding whichever variation you'd like. I'll move through all three again. Sliding the right foot off, opening up through the hip. Sliding the knee in towards the heel. Finding sort of a side plank. Or coming onto the outer edge, sweep the leg over, right arm cartwheels back, press the knee and heel into the ground and open. One more breath wherever we are. We'll meet into our plank position. Second to last chaturanga. And down dog. All right, take a moment. And through that next inhale, kick the leg up into the air, sweeping into pigeon. Sliding our right leg a little further back, hinging forward. All right. Let the muscles ease into this stretch here. Sometimes it feels a little deeper than it has the other day. I know my left hip is a little tighter today. It's taking it easy, whichever side. All right, opening up through the back. Take one more big breath all the way in. And exhale all the way out. All right, now here's for that fun one, Wild Thing. Choosing which variation you'd like best. I'll run through them all again, twice like I did on the other side. We'll lift into plank, side plank to slide the left foot off the mat and press the pelvis up, opening up through the chest any way we'd like. Or right knee to the left knee, side plank, and open through the chest. Create that soft arch to the back there if that feels okay. Sliding the sit bone, left sit bone over to that left side, extending the right leg out. Lifting the arm up, left hand off. Go ahead and press the knee into the ground and open. Go on and sit the sit bone in. Bring that leg back and meet into our variation that we want to go into. So that's the full Wild Thing. Sometimes it feels a little different the second round. And one more breath wherever we are. Take that breath. And exhale. We'll slide the sit bone into the mat, sweep back into that last plank. Hold it here for 10, 9, gain our control back. Notice any thought moving through the mind that just no longer serves us, that pulls us away from our attention. We're building and we're growing from here. One more breath. Chaturanga. Lift up and exhale, down dog. Paddle it out, take that breather or two. And on that exhale, step, walk, or hop to the top of our space. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, sitting the sit bones into the mat. So we found balance on the feet. We found it on the hands. We're gonna feel it now, or we're gonna work it through this sit bones, through the glutes a little bit. Pull the navel in, right? I like to bring my hands sometimes onto the shins just to realign the spine and to really find that length again, all right? And then reach the arms forward as we begin to walk the feet back, keeping that length through the spine. Float one foot off the mat, bring it down. Other foot off the mat, bring it down until we could bring both feet off the mat, releasing any slouch or roundedness, strengthening through the core and opening up through the chest, holding here for 5. For 4, try to pull the knees in a little closer. For 3, for 2, on that exhale, if you'd like, low spine comes into the mat, hollow man hold for 5. For 4, for 3, open chest, 2, 1, lift it up, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, bring it down if you want, 5, 4, 3, 2, we'll do that one more time, bring it in, 5, 4, 3, 2, bring it down, low spine into the mat, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull it up, cross the ankles, lift both arms up into the air, hinging forward, pull out of the low back. Just as we had in child's pose, we'll walk the hands over to the right side. Breathe a little space into that diaphragm, into that low back. Exhale. Bring it into center. And opposite side, exhale. Take a moment here. Exhale. And sliding into center. We'll roll up one vertebrae at a time and cross the legs in the opposite direction. If we'd like, we can go from boat, haha, into that opposite cross. Lift both arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Notice if the sit bones have lifted any. Try to still keep them grounded. And we'll walk the hands over to one side. And we'll bring it into center. And opposite side. Into center. And rolling up one vertebrae at a time. And shoulders back. Add a little bit for the neck. Reach both arms up into the air. Right hand to the left ear. Fingertips either out for some flexion and extension, or maybe hand places into the mat. You take that big breath in through the nose, opening through the side. Maybe apply a bit more pressure. Exhale. And lifting both arms high. Stretch it out, opposite side. All right, we'll bring both arms over the crown. And exhale into center. Take a great big breath all the way into the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. All right, these next few moments together, we're gonna find our space of rest, Shavasana. We could bring the feet out to the right and to the left. All right, we could bring the feet even together to continue to open through the hips. Maybe even slide the feet together for Supta Baddha Konasana. And we'll go on and let the head relax as we bring the left hand over the heart, the right over the stomach, opening through the chest. Take a great big breath in through the nose. And exhale all the way out through the mouth. Just a few more of those inhales, releasing any distractions from this space here. We'll take 3 more inhales. Letting the eyes flutter shut, envisioning the color orange. And this color orange is orbiting right over the middle of the chest. As it slowly begins to swirl a bit further, it's getting a bit larger, and creating this warmth through the heart, through mind, maybe even creating heat through the breath. As we continue to keep this warmth right here on the heart, take a nice big breath to hold that space close. And exhale out through the mouth, letting go. Wiggling through the fingers and through the toes, reaching the arms overhead, stretching out as far as we can. And pulling the knees into the chest, squeezing in as close as we can, massaging out through the spine. Rocking up and down to massage out through every area we opened and strengthened through, coming into a comfortable seat. Grounding through the sit bones, bringing the shoulders up into the ears. And exhale, rolling the shoulders back. We'll meet the chin into the sternum, sweep one ear past the shoulder. The head to fall back for a moment. Take an inhale. And exhale over. And reversing that rotation. And head to fall back. Bring it in. And placing both hands into heart. You feel the heartbeat run through the pulse through the wrist. And finding one more breath together. And exhale, release. Placing the hands into the third eye, the space of intention. I thank you for sharing your practice with me today. The light in me acknowledges and cares for the light, the patience, and the strength within each of you. Namaste. All right. I hope you all can hear me. I know that there were a few distractions, but whatever. What are you gonna do, right? I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. It's gonna be a little gloomy, I guess, but try to make the most of it with anything that you weren't able to do over the week. Try to do it through the weekend, I guess, right?
Okay, thank you
I will.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll see you all very soon. Take care.
Thank you,
Have a
Robert.
good one. Thank you for being so patient with me while I get this all together.